Every human being at some level is suffering. There is this sense of being in a mental prison. That is the source of human suffering, is that I feel that somehow I'm confined, I'm limited, I'm constrained. The greatest opportunity for a human being is to experience freedom. True spiritual freedom is to break out of and transcend these deep inherited constraints. I often look at life as sort of this ultimate game of cosmic hide and seek, and the degree to which we get to reveal these deeper constraints that bind us is that game of self-discovery and the game of freedom. Most people have some sort of internal conflict going on with themselves where there is this internal judgment, there is this internal sense of self-loathing. One of the stories that comes to mind, this particular girl, she was struggling with night terrors. But this was her version of adversity. She really would love to have a family, but she'd never let a guy stay overnight for fear of the fact that he would witness her night terrors. And they were sometimes quite dramatic. She would get out of bed, she would thrash around, she might break things, and so they could become quite violent. That might be a red flag, and then the relationship dissolves, and she's now left, quote unquote, by herself, which of course was her fear. But herein lies the irony, is that she was not allowing a guy to stay overnight for fear of not keeping the relationship, but not recognizing that meant she didn't actually have a relationship. Right? So this is the vicious cycle by which the ego tends to perpetuate its own suffering. We spoke about it, we worked through it, and I said, what would that be like if she could just allow herself to be the human that has night terrors? And I said, if the roles were reversed, if you were dating a guy and he had awful snoring, but you love this guy, would it bother you? And she said, no, if I loved him, then he's my partner and I would accept all aspects of him. So there she got to see how she could afford the same love towards somebody else for their shortcomings, but wasn't able to do that for herself. She got to a point where she really recognized, I'm a little bit scared that someone might judge me, but the real judgment is that which I have of myself. Literally the next morning, I got a text from her that said, I woke up in the arms of a beautiful man. But really the gift that she got was of self-acceptance. The energy of judgment that she had towards herself was the hostility that was the precursor to her night terrors. She actually, over time, stopped having so many night terrors. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that most human beings don't know what it means to just truly be held and loved for exactly who they are. And there really is, for me, no greater gift you can afford somebody, which is to just truly honor who they are in this moment.